There are a lot of different encounter quests in normal space in Second Galaxy. As a matter of fact, there are so many encounters they just would not fit in one video. So here's part 2 of the guide on the normal encounters that are available. If you are looking for a specific encounter, you can use the timestamps in the description. We start off with an encounter called Gary's Trouble. And in this encounter, Gary is in trouble. And guess who's going to help him? Well, his wife wanted to help him, but she is even older than Gary is. And Gary is old. So Gary's wife hired you to help out. So, Gary needs help taking down a pirate gang led by a pirate named Mike. In the past, Gary defeated him, but now Gary is old and Mike got a new gang together. After you talk to Gary, he will ask you to ask the residents for some help setting up defense turrets. After you ask the first resident for help, you get the option to ask 4 more residents for help. But if you want to speed things up, you could also tell Gary that you are ready. I actually advise you to do that, because the residents don't help that much, and when you talk to them, there is a 50% chance they don't help you at all. And to succeed this encounter, only one of the residents needs to survive. So shortly after you talk to Gary, the first wave of pirates will show up. Keep killing them until Mike shows up, and then kill him. After you kill Mike, the other pirates will go away and the encounter is over. The next encounter is sort of a follow-up to the previous one. This time you are hired by some pirates, and they want your help freeing Matilda. As it turns out, Matilda is Mike's daughter. You know, the same Mike we killed in the previous encounter. When you warp in, talk to Killer Renault. He will ask you to upload a virus to the police station so you can locate Matilda. After you do this, you get to listen in on the conversation Matilda is having with the police. She is really pissed that the police killed her father. Luckily, she doesn't know that it was you who killed her father. She thinks Sergeant Alderman did it. Killer Renault is going to create a distraction while you get Matilda from the police station. This plan works out just fine until Matilda insists that you kill all the cops in revenge for her father. At this point, Sergeant Alderman and his patrolmen come out and start attacking you and Renault. Sergeant Alderman will always kill Renault, even if you try to kill Alderman first. He will just be invincible until Renault is dead, so you might as well take out the patrolmen first. After all are dead, you can use the hidden acceleration track to escape. I'm not sure why this acceleration track is called hidden. I mean, it's right next to the police station. Anyway, use the track and collect your reward. Next up, hired help. In this encounter, your paid services are needed again. This time, a mineral merchant wants you to escort him while he unloads 4 mining rigs. After each mining rig you activate, there is a chance that enemies will spawn which we will have to kill to proceed. But it is also possible that no enemies show up, and then you can proceed to the next rig right away. Here I got lucky and no enemies show up at all. Easy money. The next encounter is also a fast one. Here you have to test the performance of an experimental weapon enhancer made by AlphaTech. The AlphaTech representative will activate the enhancer and you just need to shoot down the targets that pop up. In the first wave there is only one target. In the second there are 3 targets, and in the last wave you need to shoot down 4 targets. The weapon enhancer really works, because if you look closely you will see that every hit is a critical hit. So you can take the targets out real quick. The AlphaTech rep seems surprised that the weapon enhancer didn't blow up your ship, and he rewards you for your help. This time the military hired your help to deliver some intel to a military base. The intel says the base will be attacked soon. However, when you deliver this message to General Hals, he does not believe you. The lovely Captain Renee is more cautious, and she asks you to inspect the base for clues. After you inspect the arsenal, you find a cloaked detector. It uncloaks and you have to destroy it. Don't worry, it's very weak. Captain Renee reports this to the general, but the general is still not convinced that this is proof of an incoming attack. So next you have to investigate the radar station. The radar seems to have picked up some strange signals. Renee asks the general to prepare for an incoming attack, but the general still ignores her warnings. Renee then asks you to go to the capital ship to protect it. At this point, 5 enemies will start to attack the base. Because the base is unprepared for the attack, the only thing you can do is buy some time for the capital ship to warp out. A 1-minute countdown timer will start. After you kill the first wave of enemies, a new wave will pop up. When the capital ship warps out, kill the remaining attackers. The general is so ashamed that he ignored the warnings of the attack that he kills himself. What a wussy. Anyway, you still get your reward. Dun, 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 dun. Time for the Lost Ruins. In this encounter, Executioner Freeman wants your help excavating an ancient Titan ruin. Oh, and Dr. Sean Connery and his son Dr. Harrison Ford are here to help as well. But they are forced to help by Freeman. They don't actually want him to mess with the Titan ruins. On your way to the test base, your party will get attacked by some patrol ships who also believe that messing with the Titan ruin will only bring more ruin. I found out that you don't actually have to kill them. As soon as one of your NPC expedition members is almost dead, they will just disappear. At first I thought this is a bug, but on second thought I think the patrol ships are on Sean's and Harrison's side. and they don't mean to kill them. Anyway, either way, you are clear to proceed to the test base. There, Dr. Harrison determines that in order to activate the base, two switches must be turned on at the same time. He asks you to turn on one switch while he turns on the other. When you do this, Freeman loses control over Sean and Harrison's ship, so they escape immediately. The patrol ships then return and ask you to disable the energy supply unit to the facility. Once you do this, the encounter is over and you get your reward. The previous encounter was probably a reference to the Indiana Jones movie. And this encounter is probably a reference to the movie Thelma and Louise. This is a long encounter, so bear with me. The police ask for your help solving a murder case. You start your investigation by talking to the bar owner. He says he witnessed a firefight just outside his bar. Next, you investigate the docking bay, where you confirm that a pilot has been killed. Afterwards, you return to the bar and ask the bar owner if he knows the victim. The bar owner says the victim was an official and he saw him arguing with two sisters, and afterwards these two girls left in a warship. You report your findings to the police and they ask you to scan for the warship. Your scan detects a freighter in distress, so you move there. The freighter captain tells you two women in a warship shot him down, and then they fled to a nearby asteroid field. So, off to the asteroid field. Here you find Sella and Louise. They say the official was harassing Sella, but they are afraid no one will believe them. The girls turn hostile, and when you take down half their shield, they make one last desperate attack and drive off a cliff. They self-destruct. The police arrive and it turns out the camera footage shows that the official was indeed harassing Sella. What a tragedy. But you get your reward, so it's a happy ending for you. Okay, after this long encounter, let's do a short one. In this one, you have to destroy a freighter. And that's it. Really, all you need to do is shoot down the freighter. Sure, more enemies will show up when you start shooting the freighter, but you can just ignore them. They will disappear as soon as the freighter is destroyed. There is more to this story, but let's just ignore that too and move on to the last encounter in this video. This one is called Lab Secrets. Here you are hired to investigate a mysterious research institute. When you approach the institute, its defense system is enabled. So now you have to disable it first by cutting off its energy supply system. Then you are clear to investigate. But your investigation turns up nothing. But then a strange signal pops up. When you move in to investigate, it turns out to be a distress signal from an escape pod. When you move in, the ancient Titan warships next to it come to life and start attacking. You are advised to head to the escape point immediately. Once you reach the escape point, the mission is complete. Or, if you want to be stubborn about it, you can stay and kill all the warships. When you manage to do that, the mission ends in the same way. So it really doesn't matter what you choose. Thanks for watching. Check out my other encounter guides for more info on the encounters you can find in Second Galaxy. The links are in the description.